Have you ever had a dream? Something that has just maybe called to you your whole life even, but you didn't really know if it was for you. Maybe you didn't know if you were good enough for it. And no matter how hard you try to get away from it, it's still there. The passion, the dream is still there. And you think to yourself, oh well, you know what, one day. I think one day, oh, I'll go do that thing. One day I'll go follow my dreams and I'll listen to it. And not today, I'm a little bit busy today. I'm booked and busy today, but no, one day. And as the years go by and you grow up and you get older and you follow your dreams, maybe you follow other dreams, but that one dream, the scary one, it's still there. Well, that's how I've always felt about moving to California. My whole entire life, I've been obsessed with the thought of moving to California. I blame it on Disney Channel. I blame it on shows like Hannah Montana that just made it seem so cool. And I always just thought, well, maybe one day. Maybe one day I'll move to California, but not today. And so I moved to Florida and I did the Disney College program and I thought, well, okay, I'm gonna stay here for a year or two and then I'll move to California. 7 years go by. I'm still here. I'm still in Florida. But this year I decided I'm not gonna put it off anymore. What if today's that someday? What if today is the day I decide to go after my dream? The big one, the scary one. And that's what I'm doing. As you can see, all of my furniture is packed up and I am flying to move to California in a few days. Yeah, that's a little bit crazy to say out loud. I've wanted to do this my whole entire life. Like I remember going on vacations with my family in the airport and we'd be going somewhere really beautiful, really fun, and we'd be at the airport and I'd see a flight to LAX and I would go, Mom, can we change our flight and go there? It's just right there. Like, can we just go to California instead? And she'd be like, Emily, no, we're going to Europe. What? There's just always been something about California that I think has really called me and I've been really drawn to. But I didn't want to admit it because I didn't really understand it or understand what that could mean. And I've tried to fight it my whole life. I've tried to say, no, let me live in Texas. No, let me live in Florida. And I have had truly the best life here. I have had the best 7 years here in Orlando, Florida. I will cherish it forever. All the friends that I've made, all the memories, getting to hang out with Jessie, Handy Manny, Chip and Dale, Pooh Bear, getting to work for Radio Disney, getting to be hosted by Walt Disney World, doing the sleepovers here, going to Epcot for all of the festivals. I will cherish my time here in Orlando for the rest of my life. But I've also been here for 7 years, and I feel like I've kind of done everything that there is to do. I've been to every Epcot festival, I've gone to all the Disney parks, I've made traditions, I've met so many amazing people. I truly have done it all. And because of that, I feel like it's my time to leave. And I'm leaving on the best note in the absolute world. And I know I'm gonna come back and visit Orlando all of the time. Actually, as a matter of fact, I think I have about 4 trips already booked for this year to come back to Orlando. So this really is gonna be my home away from home. But with that being said, it's time for me to start a new chapter, a new journey. And I always said that, well, I would know the time is right to move to California when I would be traveling out there a lot for work. My whole life, I've always said that. And the way I envisioned it was that I would be in high school and I'd be an actor and I would have to be flying out there all the time for auditions and pilot season and whatnot. And when that vision never happened, I thought, okay, well, maybe I'm not meant to be an actor and maybe I'm not meant to go to LA and do that whole thing. But then a funny thing happened. Last year, I flew out to California in March, literally this time last year, to go to Disney Channel night, which was arguably the best night of my entire life. I love Disney Channel night. Long live Disney Channel night. That night changed my life, I think. And I didn't really know it at the time. And I remember during that trip, there was a moment where I was walking through California Adventure with my friend. And this is during their Food and Wine Festival, which is different from the Disney World Epcot Food and Wine Festival. The theming of Disneyland's Food and Wine Festival is California. So essentially, they just play a bunch of songs about California on loop. And as me and my friend are walking, I think past like the Inside Out ride, that little area. And as we're walking, I hear one of the songs playing and it says, I want you to move to California for yourself not for me. And when I heard that, it was like a bell went off. Not even kidding, it truly felt like God was speaking to me and was just like, hey, if you want to move to California, move to California. And I had the biggest epiphany that I think my whole life I was waiting for someone to tell me to move to California. I was waiting for a sign to move to California. I was waiting for a job opportunity to force me to move to California. Or I don't know, people in my life to just say, hey, Emily, I think you should move to California. I was always just waiting for someone to give me permission to move, and I never thought that like, well, I could just move because I want to. That never occurred to me. And hearing that song, I listened to that song on repeat over and over again, and I realized, you know what, like, I can move to California if I want to. It could be the worst decision of my entire life, but if I want to move to California, I could just do that. And I don't know why I didn't ever see it that way. And so after that trip, I go home and I decide, well, Pixar Fest is starting in April. I want to go back to California. I love Pixar, so why not? I fly back to California. I have the literal best trip of my life. Again, long live Pixar Fest. And what's really funny is I came back home and my mental health went from like 100, having so much fun at Pixar Fest, to 0. I was like, all of a sudden not doing well. I had this like big mental breakdown of just like, what the heck am I doing with my life? I don't know, like I was just questioning everything. And in that moment, like I almost wanted to quit. I almost wanted to just give up. I don't know where that came from. It was the craziest thing. The next day, I got an invitation to go visit Pixar Animation Studios back in California. The timing of that was crazy. So 2 weeks later, what did I do? I went back to San Francisco, California. I got to visit Pixar Animation Studios, and that was also one of the best days of my life. I come back home to Orlando, and what do you know? I get invited back to California for the Inside Out 2 world premiere. Say what? My whole life, I had dreamed of going to a movie premiere, and somehow, some way, I still don't understand, I was invited. So I go back to California. While I'm in California, I get another invite for an Inside Out 2 event at Pixar Fest, inviting me back to Disneyland. And in that moment, I realized this is what I've always said. This is my vision come to life. I am being invited and asked to go to California for work over and over and over again. It happened in a way that was completely unexpected, but then I realized this is what I've been waiting my whole entire life for. And that's when I knew that it was time. It was time to move to California. And since then, I have just been working through logistics and finding out where to live and finding an apartment and mentally getting myself prepared to move to California. And fast forward a little bit, that brings us to today. This is a really big step for me, and I've been really trying to process it the best way I can. I'm terrified. I am terrified to move to California. What if I hate it? What if I don't have any friends? I might not be meant to live there. I have no idea, but I do know that I have to try. I just feel it that this is the time. This is my time to go to California. And what's been really bittersweet is over the past month or two, so many full circle moments have happened, such as getting to reunite with Haley and getting to relive those Disney College Program memories for a second. And there's so many friends that I've gotten to reunite with and get to kind of relive little different eras of my life here in Orlando. And to me, that is the biggest sign that this is the right move. It feels like my life here in Orlando has come the most full circle possible, and I get to wrap it all up in a nice little bow, say goodbye, and head off. So surprise, I have a really big announcement and I'm moving to California. I am flying out there in a few days from now, but by the time you're watching this, I am probably out there. I'm terrified, I'm excited, I'm happy, I'm nervous, I'm sad. I've been really sad this week especially because I love my life here and I'm really, really sad to leave it behind. But I also just am so grateful that I have something so amazing that is hard to say goodbye to. And I'll be back. I will be back in Orlando so many times. You guys are gonna forget that I moved. I literally am coming back here so soon. You guys are gonna be like, wait a second. I thought you just moved, I'm confused. So in terms of like what you'll be seeing from me, I mean pretty much nothing really changes, yet everything will. The best part about living in California is they have Disneyland, and I'm so excited to kind of get to know Disneyland a little bit more, especially as a local, told you guys I'm a magic key holder now, so I am so excited to go to the parks. I'm really excited to hang out in the Pixar Place Hotel. That is like my favorite place on this earth. So I think I'm just gonna be there all of the time. I'm excited to maybe go to the beach. I never go to the beach here. It's not that far away, but it's just, I don't know, I never go. But out there, the beaches are a little bit closer, so who knows? I could go to the beach all the time. I think it's gonna be like my Disney college program all over again, in the sense that I'm doing something new. I'm completely starting over, and I'm so excited to document what that process looks like. I wanna document what it's like to make friends, to put myself out there. I have no idea what is waiting for me in California, and I think that's really exciting. So with that being said, I hope you guys are excited, maybe. It's okay if you're not, I understand, but I hope you guys are excited for this new chapter. A whole new life is about to start. And you know what? If I really hate it, I can always move back to Orlando and pretend like I never left. But I know that I have to go experience it for myself. I'm doing this for little me. I'm doing this for the little girl who always dreamed about living in California, and we'll see what happens. So this past week, my mom was in town and she was helping me pack everything up. She truly was an angel. Thank you, Mom, so much for helping me. We got everything packed up and my stuff is currently on its way to California. My car is on its way to California, so fingers crossed, everything gets there. I am gonna be furnitureless for a little bit while I'm out there, but I'm excited. Everybody is telling me I'm crazy, but I'm excited. I'm excited to just live in like an empty apartment. I think there's something so cool about like before my furniture gets there, like eating on the floor or like sitting on the, I don't know, sitting on the floor and just kind of taking it all in. I haven't seen my apartment yet, so I'm very nervous about that. I'm hoping it's good. I think it's gonna be fine, but I have no idea. So that is gonna be really fun to figure out. So I'm flying into California and then I have a few days to get settled, and then I have a really big event. So I also need to get ready for that and get ready to start a new life. So I just want to say to everyone here in Orlando, I love you all so much. I'm gonna miss you all so much, but I'll be back. I will literally be back here all of the time, so not to worry. It's not goodbye. And to all of you guys who have watched and followed along my Orlando adventures, thank you so much. Thank you for being here. It means more to me than you'll ever know, and I hope you're excited to go on this new journey together. I could not do this without you guys, truly. I know that Orlando was always where I was meant to go. I had no idea, but now looking back, I was always meant to be here in Orlando, and I was always meant to be here for 7 years. Everything happened exactly the way that it was supposed to, and all of that happened, I think, to get me ready to move to California. Because I wasn't ready back then. I wasn't ready when I was 18. I wasn't ready after my Disney college program. It took me a lot longer than I thought to be ready, but I'm ready now. I feel it. And so let that be a sign to you. If you have a dream, if you have that thing that has just always been calling to you, it's okay if you're not ready for it now. It's okay to say, you know what, someday I'll do that. One day when I'm ready, it's okay, because you never know where life is going to take you, and everyone accomplishes their dreams at their own pace and on their own time. So listen to your heart, but don't ever let that dream go, because one day you're going to wake up and you're going to say, I think today's the day. I think today's the day that I go follow my dreams. And that is the biggest thing I could ever hope to inspire someone to do, is to go and follow their dreams, whatever that may be. So I'm gonna finish cleaning my apartment. I think I'm gonna go on one last walk, one last little walk on my favorite walking trail. And I guess I'll see you guys in California. I want you to